So to get started, you're going to go into the settings of the event. Here, you'll click the Registration Form tab. Once on the registration form, you can see by previewing the event here, we just have our regular registration fee package, and group is selected using the assigner, this drop-down listed here. This currently isn't setting any caps for each of these groups, so any number of attendees can register for these. In order to set the caps, we'll need to create a package and assigner for each group here in the parts bin. To do that, you click the wrench up here at the top, Add New, and Package. Here we're going to name our package, set our price, and down here we add our inventory item. This is what we're going to use to set the cap on the event. So we want this yellow group to be capped at 20 entries. Now that we have all of our packages and inventory items built out, now we need assigners, which are these little blue cars, to fall under each entry. So to create a new one, we can click the wrench at the top, Add New, and Assigner. We're going to start with our yellow assigner. This is going to apply to both days. And now we need to force that group to yellow. So instead of the attendee getting that drop down like we saw at the beginning, they'll now be forced to the yellow group, since this is going to be nested under the item they're selecting. We'll still set it to select vehicle and then click save. We'll follow this process to clone it out for the blue and red groups as well. Now that we have each of our assigners built and our packages, we can now reconstruct our registration form. So currently we have the registration fee and an assigner listed underneath this. Since we're going to have the attendees pick between these groups, what I'm going to do now is add a group to the form layout. What a group under the form layout is it only allows the attendee to pick one of the options listed beneath it. So you won't have any attendees pick the yellow run group and then also go back and register for red. It will only allow them to have one selection. Making it required ensures that they do select from one of the options. Next, we're going to drag our packages from the parts bin over underneath that group. You'll notice I click and drag it until I get a green box around the words, and then I let go. This nests the item beneath it. If we refresh, we'll get all three items. Now our packages are on the registration form, but it isn't collecting our vehicle yet. You'll notice when we check the box, nothing drops down. So we just need to move these assigners, the little blue cars, and nest them under our packages. Perfect. Now we can toggle over to the edit and preview to reset that. When we click each group, we're prompted to select their vehicle. So we no longer need this registration fee at the top, since we're now collecting it through these groups below. To remove it, we right-click on the registration form and click Delete. And we'll simply move our new registration option up. Now, we've updated the registration form for future entries, but now we need to go back and update those attendees that previously registered, so they're within those counts as well. To do this, you'll click on the Registration tab. This takes you to the list of registered attendees. The quickest way to update these entries is to click over to Assignments, and then to click to sort by group. This is going to give you all of your entries broken out by group. So you'll see we've got Susie, Tom, and John here. I'll open each of these in a new tab and we will update their registration. So looking at Susie's entry first, we know that she's running in the blue group. So we simply click Edit or Add Packages. We want to delete this old package she had and add the blue group to her account. Save packages, and now she's updated and counting towards the blue group registration. Now we'll do the same thing with Tom. The red group, we remove his old package, add him to the red group, and click Save. Lastly, we have John. He was in yellow. We remove his old package, add yellow, and click Save. Now all of those entries are fully updated. Now if we view our dashboard, you'll see we can see each one of our run groups here. We've got blue, red, and yellow, and we can see that we have 1 entry out of 20 for each one of those. Now that we've updated all of our registered attendees, we can go back and remove that old registration fee package that we no longer need. To do this, we go back to Settings, go to the registration form, go to the parts bin, and right-click that old package and click Delete. The reason we didn't delete that before we updated the attendees is because we still needed that package in there so that we could swap it out for these new run groups. Now the event is fully updated.